nothing left to do and life seems bad, or you can always turn on YouTube and watch Mac and Channel.
Hello, humanoids, and welcome to Mac and Channel. I'm your host, Britton, and today my very special guest is Alex from the Los Angeles chapter of Giants and Santa Impersonators.
Hello, all.
You know, Alex, you don't have to do this show if you don't really want to.
What makes you say that? Don't I look excited?
Stop and Shop homestyle macaroni and cheese. Flavors caramelized onion and herb, 4 cheese, and pepper jack. We cooked our mac and cheeses in the oven. Preheat the oven to 375, remove the trays from their boxes, remove the film covers, and place the trays on the center rack in the oven. Bake 35 to 40 minutes. Also, no stirring, serve casserole style. All right, Alex, would you like to dig in first?
Yes, please. Which one are we starting with?
Let's start with the 4 cheese.
Oh.
Bit of a crust.
Already tell just by putting my fork into this, I'm gonna like it.
Visually, it kind of has the visual appeal of mashed potatoes. Oh.
Was that a good or a bad
Let me tell you, you can tell that there's real cheese in this.
Mm-hmm.
There is no, am I crazy? Mashed potatoes, right?
It does look like mashed potatoes, you're right. I like the crust a lot. Like the top is really working for me. If you can see the little like cheese crusties, it's really good texture. I think the mac and cheese like inner part is a little dry.
I won't say it's dry, but I will say it is a mush.
Although if I really look, I can still see like pieces of pasta.
I can see the definition, but delicious mashed potatoes are a very good comparison.
But I just like the flavor.
Yeah.
Flavor is like the most important thing for me. Like texture is second, but it means nothing if the flavor isn't good. And I feel like the flavor is actually really good in this.
Yes. And you feel like you're eating real food. You don't feel like you're eating.
This is not like super processed, nasty cheese product.
I don't often see this in the store, and it's too bad because it's really good.
Where did this come from?
Most of our mac and cheeses come from the dollar store.
That's fair.
It could have taken this mac and cheese 2 years to get here, and no one's ever heard of it. But I'll buy it. These are frozen mac and cheeses. So there's real pasta, there's obviously real cheeses in there. Mm-hmm. Who knows how long they've been frozen? And they still taste really good.
Yeah.
Usually, it's a Velveeta type cheese when it's got really good grab, but then you're eating Velveeta.
Yeah, there's no like weird coating in my mouth after this, or like, oh yeah, I guess that's cheese flavor. Sure. Honestly, like when you brought these out, I was looking and like you can see the shape of the cheese shreds.
Yeah.
Which is like great that it's cheese, but also like I feel like cheese isn't supposed to stay solid when you put it in the oven. But I do really love the like crust that it made on top. And I feel like every mac and cheese I've ever baked is like subpar.
If you grab like a side piece, you can see that like it's just a lovely like golden brown and the crust extends to the sides. I feel like NASA made these.
They're like, what dark magic made this possible?
A scientist clearly sat down and was like, well, after 5 years and after 375 degrees in the oven, and we want the cheese to crust around the entire thing. I'm like, it's a well-designed thing of macaroni and cheese, and you don't get to say that often. This is the caramelized onion one.
Oh, I thought this was the onion one.
Well, we'll know.
If we can't figure out which is which, I'm gonna be really disappointed, especially after the first one. The corner is the best in baked mac and cheese.
Yes.
I think.
It's like
It's just the opposite of brownies.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, that's onion. I can smell it.
Ooh, nice. Loaded with flavor. If you don't like onion flavor,
Yeah.
this is not the dish for you.
I definitely
Oh,
would not. I love onion.
I also love onion. Nothing wrong with it. But
But look, they have little pieces of it.
that's
Green onion. Well, onions. Yeah, I don't know what that. It's green.
This is my problem though. There are very small little bits of onion in there.
Just got one.
And it tastes to me strange in my teeth because you're just like chewing along and you're like, nice soft mac and cheese. Oh. This has got a really thick crust. I like that. I like everything about it. And then there are these little landmines of onion.
Say texturally, it's pretty consistent with the four cheese. So you're not really losing texture quality with the onion, except if you don't like little chunks of onion. But flavor-wise, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they really survived the freezing process. That's really sticking with me.
Half of my brain actually really appreciates, they're like, this is real onion. But then the other half of my brain, the lizard texture brain, is just like, oh, no, I don't like this. I don't like these little bits. Oh, I don't like it.
That flavor is very, like, first bite was okay. It's just, the
really
onion,
tastes
the
like
onion
onion.
is like doubling with every single bite I take. I just had a little piece of just the top, and I actually really like that a lot more. Maybe if you buy this, only eat the top. Can you hear that crunch though? Look, that's great. There are parts of this that I'm very impressed with and parts that I'm very disappointed with.
This pasta and the onion one is holding together so much better. Like, this is an individual piece of pasta, which you could not get from the four cheese. The four cheese was mashed potatoes.
I found another one.
Oh, look, there's a third.
Oh, I'm just gonna eat it for a second. Nope, that onion just comes back with a vengeance.
That used to be his favorite, remember 2 minutes ago?
I love onion. This is just a very disappointing moment for me. I feel betrayed. All right, I actually got some stretch on that one.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's pretty great. Hope we got a close up. Oh no.
There it is. Yeah.
Pepper jack. Spicy.
Bravo on this flavor balance, because when you first chew into it, you taste cheese. You taste this lovely cheese we've been eating. And then, after you work that cheese around a little bit, you get the faintest like, hey, there's something more here. But it's not overpowering. And I personally don't love the taste of jalapeno.
Jalapeno actually triggers my gag reflex for some reason. Hasn't yet on this one. No vomit here.
Perfect.
But I think that speaks to the quality of their flavor profile.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's the thing. I think jalapeno is good. And I have a little bit, you can see the dark remnants of the jalapeno in there. Again, letting you know, hey, this is real. This is really flavored by jalapenos.
Yeah. I like it. You're right. It took a second to build.
Yeah.
It was a nice, like, had a little bit of that, like, oh, how hot is it gonna get? And it's really settled in a nice, like, it's definitely spicy, but it's not too much.
Yeah, it's landed. Because with spices, you never know if it's gonna be like, oh, or how hot? Oh no, I'm dying. There is no visual distinction between these three things.
Definitely not.
But once you get in there, there's a world of difference.
I'm gonna try the onion and the jalapeno together.
And may I
I
say,
like the onion might just need a little toning down.
yes. That's a sign of a good mac and cheese. Better together. According to the rule I just now made up.
Yeah, no, I think it makes a lot of sense.
I don't think it's intentional, but this jalapeno one also has a much thicker crust. Like here.
That it does.
Here. This is your mac and cheese. This is your mac and cheese ASMR.
Oh God.
Listen to me chew.
Ugh.
So Alex, what's your verdict? Which is your favorite?
I think I really like the four cheese. There's really, I'll put mac and cheese up there with like Oreos as one of those things that you cannot improve on. Like obviously there's different qualities of mac and cheese, but like flavor wise and flavorings wise, like nothing beats just mac and cheese.
Or Oreos.
Or Oreos.
That's crazy. We're gonna be at a split decision. The jalapeno isn't too far off from the flavor profile of the 4 cheese. It's just got that added kick.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I don't love it.
All right. Split decision.
Wait, are we supposed to?
No.
Do we have to like come to an agreement? Are we gonna like battle this out? Onion goes away again though.
I was about to say, whoever disagrees with the host has to eat all of the onion.
This is perfect because now I get one and you get one. So I'm glad we disagree.
I will say, this is also a good portion. This would fill me up.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't need to like make an additional dish. This doesn't feel like a side dish. It feels like a nice, substantive bowl of macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
But Alex, how are people supposed to know whether you're really enjoying your macaroni and cheese with your face like that?
Well, I'm sorry, Britton. I guess I'm just not used to being in front of camera. Maybe you should find somebody who has been in videos before.
Where's my hat?
Yay, the prop master's here!